All right, it's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of 8 in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll take a great deal for you.
Eye patch and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right, the fine print's out of the way. It's time to roll with the show. We're back. We're live. And we'll look into the chat here real quick and see that, good grief, what in the world is going on with the chat? Okay, it must have just been trying to get caught up there or something. I'm seeing a lot of people in. That's what I know. Okay. So I guess hopefully we didn't confuse anybody with the IT testing last night. I know that Dennis had dropped in, Barb had dropped in, and I think we kind of had them wondering because you couldn't see or hear us, but that was intentional. So the comments of, you mean you can't hear us? Or I knew people like to listen with the sound turned off, that we're just being fun. All right, so let's see here. I think Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've got Chuck back in, so we'll get him added in here. And there we go.
How goes it, Josh?
We've got him. We've got him.
Yep, it's clicking right along. Things are working real well. You know, we can make her do our thing.
Yeah, actually, we've got him on the computer.
I can even change rooms without moving.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
We were playing around with that a little bit last night, too. So, yeah, it's, and I'm not sure, let me see here. I think Dennis might have had something in the chat about the spot prices, but my chat is so far down the screen, I don't know if I can get back to even find what Dennis had. Let's see. He says silver back down to 78.59 is what he had in there before we went live. And let's see, people are saying the price had really went up. Okay, so I'm not sure if he's got the spot price in there. It may have been in there and just kind of lost in the shuffle. I'll jump over here real quick and see what we've got going on, if that has changed much, because when the market opened, everything kind of dipped as a knee-jerk reflex to sales over the weekend and everything. Looks like we've got silver at 78.39 currently, and gold is at 45.2380. Platinum's at $2,332 even, which you and I had been talking last night that platinum had climbed $365, I think, in 6 days. And right now it's down $132.50 from that price.
Yep. It took a little dip, and in our discussions yesterday, I expect to see a correction. Nothing major.
No.
Looking back at these weeks where you have holidays in the middle of the week, they're shutting down, trade drops, corrections occur.
Yeah, it interrupts the market.
And it may go back up. Now, yesterday I was down Moline, Ace Coin. A friend of mine, Don, has that place. I've been rooting around, seeing what I had for silver. I found trade-in bags. Guys would trade in silver for against the detector, other items. One guy paid me for a token. He paid me pretty well. I had about $750 worth of silver at the time. This is 3-4 years ago. That bag was still in there too. I pulled it out. I pulled one trade-in bag, and I went down and visited Don and just see what I could get out of it. He paid $75 as his spot price on the quarters and some dimes that I had in one bag. Of course, she does the 90% and does it at that. You're still getting $75, but you lose that 10% extra because he does.
Right.
And I walked out of there with a fair amount of money. Fair amount. But
yeah, you definitely didn't hurt yourself making the trip.
No. And the value of this token I found a few years back was the third known. Okay. Number 3. I posted it up on World of Tokens. I hadn't had it on there 15 minutes, and the phone rang. There was a gentleman offering to buy it. I told him I'd entertain all offers, and he offered a couple $100. phone rang again and again, and it just kept climbing, and I ended up getting a deal with a gentleman we know out of Minnesota that collects tokens. He sent me $750 at that time worth of silver. I cashed it in yesterday for an extra $550.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
No. And then they had that trade-in stuff. I thought, well, I'll cash that in. I walked out of there with 2580, I think it was total. 2005.
Nice.
So, yeah. I was happy.
Right? Yeah. I mean, and there again, it didn't matter what you did, you were going to make money on that.
So sitting on it for a while paid off.
Mm-hmm.
And I still got some more in there of that particular silver that will pay off too. I'll watch it some more.
Right?
Yep. Kevin, that's the way it works. He didn't cash his in. He had an old dog tag. He got a 10-ounce silver bar for it. So.
Right. Yeah, that's not bad at all when you can do that.
Especially since I got to buy a new topper. That's going to pay a chunk of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately, but hey, that's a good way to pay for the topper.
That's the way I looked at it. Jill said, what are you going to do with it? I said, buy the new topper. She goes, they cost that much? Yeah.
For that one, yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, covers aren't cheap anyway.
no.
But even a cheap one, you're going to pay $500 for probably.
That's right.
And the cost only goes up from there. And yours was a nice hard shell.
Yep. So anyway, if you got some laying around, might be about the time to cash it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'll do that. Now I've got always the big war. I'll never turn it in. Why not? Don and I had a discussion about that. He said, I've got a lot of guys coming in and bringing silver in. They're my age, your age, whatever out there. If something happens, what are you going to do with it? You got it left to somebody, maybe the kids. Yeah. For the most part, now don't take me wrong here, they probably don't really care. They'll cash it in. Thanks, Dad. Money's gone. You might as well cash it in and say, thanks, metal detector. I can go on a trip this year, or I can pay for that.
Where maybe I can find some gold.
And we can go out and find some more, maybe.
Exactly.
So just hey, Randy DeMario, I see you on there. Josh is in there. We got the crew on there. I want to give a shout out to
Ed Olson's in there too.
Yeah.
Bob Rose. He was one of our winners.
Okay. I don't know everybody's Facebook handle. Pal Harry Tongue. That's the name that's going up the screen right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back to that myself.
Well, welcome. Yeah, we'll watch that. Might want to check that out. And Mr. Olson, how you doing? Yep. Hey, Richard. How's it going, brother? Well, getting 80 bucks. Yesterday's spot was hovering 80 and I got 75. I have no qualms on that. Illinois Digger is just lurking. What's up, Timmy? Get everything
Well, if
ready to
he
go.
wants to lurk, that's fine.
Yep. So, but the silver craze, I've been watching I see different guys pop up on YouTube, and they've all got their thoughts on silver. And then I saw some that are considered experts in the field talking this much more going up. And some of them are talking maybe $1,000. And I'm like, that's a thin maybe. I wouldn't be surprised to see 200, 250. But $1,000 an ounce on silver is kind of a push. But one thing I've been talking with people on, how many of you keep your old copper and stuff you find? Copper's supposed to go up. Copper is going up. No, I'm not talking buying a 1 ounce copper round. I'm talking go in with 10, 15 pounds of it that you dug up over the past few years. You might be pleasantly surprised here in a month or so.
I think so, yeah.
So that's the other thing. We all dig. Oh, Barb says she uses copper wire a lot. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. I got 2 buckets of copper out there that I've been just throwing pieces in, find cut off pieces from gas line, water line, that kind of stuff. Just throw it in the pouch and throw it in the buckets and take it in.
Right.
Oh. Tim's going to be a what? A co-host?
Yeah, actually, and Tim can put in there the date because Rob and I had talked about that, and Rob wasn't sure if he was going to go ahead with the date or change the date, but
and this is Rizzo's show, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep. Rob is Rizzo, the history digger, is going to do digging history, I think maybe is what it was, or
digging history, the digging history show.
Yeah. And it's going to have some segments and all of that. And he thought, what better way to start it off than to have Il Digger on as kind of a, guest / co-host, what have you. And he's going to try to do that like maybe once a month. See how things work out for him and everything.
Good. We got Alan in the house. I'm taking it to be Alan Landau.
I should hope so.
Yeah. So, but no, it's worth keeping an eye on the prices. Really worth a lot.
Right.
Get him, Dan. Picking on Alan already. So, but other than that, I want to give a shout out to a friend of ours on the channel here. I don't know if you guys seen what Steve is making. He makes a nice metal detector coil rod setup to put your finds in. We'd stand them up. I grabbed a few things. That walker on the bottom, if you see that dark line, there was another coin on top of it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is a 1916. You can barely read it, really worn thin, but that was the first walker I ever found. I've kept that all these years in a special spot.
Right.
Yep. So, but you can get those from Mr. Steve Pacifico. I want to put up a display of coinage or rings. Will sit on it too. I've got the Boy Scout first class emblem on the top, that kind of stuff. And there's a chance one of these may be given away on the New Year's Eve show. Not New Year's Eve, after New Year's Eve. I said that wrong.
Right.
Yeah, we won't be on New Year's Eve. But that following Sunday, tune in. And there may be some silver sitting in the slots to go with it. Our annual old timer win something, whatever show. Because we do all that for the kids, so we put that out. For all you guys and gals who get on here and donate and work with us on that. So somebody will get one of those stands. I'm going to have to box that because the base is solid. It doesn't come apart in two pieces. It doesn't snap together. But other than that, if you're looking for more of those, hop on to Steve Pacifico's site. Sorry, I don't have the web thing here right there for it. And you can order it from him, or you can give him a call if you got his number.
Right.
Right. Oh, Tim, he says this time next week, why don't you try to do, I've been to Punta Cana. That's nice. He's going to be hunting the beach in Punta Cana, Mexico. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Well, the good game tonight, everybody, is on, coming shortly, and I'll be listening to that, watching that, and that's the Bears and the 49ers. That game means something. The Bears have clinched their spot. If they can win this game, they get the 1 week bye. Oh,
Man.
I was going to say, why don't you try to do a go live from down in Punta Cana? Show us you digging up a big ring.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, Alan, I'm going to be getting off here in about 30 minutes. It's Bears time, buddy. Kickoff is on. So.
Well, see, there you go.
My wife's upstairs. She's got her popcorn and her.
Oh, so she's all ready to go. She's just waiting on you.
She's been talking about that all day. I took her out to a movie this afternoon that she wanted to see, that Avatar, the third one. And that son of a gun, 3.5 hours long. That is a long movie. Try that. Send me a message. I'll see if it comes through. That'd be a lot of fun. You can do that, I think, Wi-Fi. If the hotel has fairly strong Wi-Fi, you can get out on the beach. You can make everybody happy watching you get a hunt in warm weather.
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
That could also be a good way to get hate mail.
Oh, well. I'd be telling them, suck it up, Buttercup. I'm here, you're not.
Right, yeah. I mean, I seriously doubt he's worried about that.
No, not Tim.
I wouldn't be.
That's a thought, Tim. Maybe on Instagram. I've never tried that on Instagram. We should try that this summer, Tim. You and I get on live with the group. I know we can do it when we're up at the compound because I've done it. Or I can do it when we're in downtown Nome. We've done that. Alan was with me. He's not on now. Bears are on. But there's got to be a way you can figure that out. Show us a day's worth of finds. Now, the last time I was in Punta Cana, I was detecting quite a bit. And they had salesmen going up and down the beach. You had to stay back so far off the resort. But they'd be on the beach selling you these Mexican silver rings for next to nothing.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm like woven silver wire and I don't know, hearts all the way around, just little inexpensive silver rings. And they were marked silver. So I bought one, gave it to Jill. I mean, at that time it was, we wheeled and deal on, I think it was $7 US the time we were done. I ended up finding about 7, 8 of those in 3 days. They're all over. People bought them or lost them.
Yeah, I mean, if they're selling them right there on the beach, you know they're getting lost right there on the beach. Some of them aren't even making it off the beach after they've been bought.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, I'm going to correct you. The Bears. No. That's not the way you say it. The Bears. The Bears. Because they say it in Chicago. DA. The Bears.
Yeah.
But they have been exciting this year. Good team to watch. Moving on. So we'll get something put together to give out, figure it out on the Sunday after New Year's there. And it might be some silver to hand out. Whatever I can knick-knack one up with, you'll have a good time with it.
Yeah, I think they'll get a kick out of that.
I don't think anybody's going to turn down some silver.
No, I wouldn't think.
Yeah. So we'll go that way with it. We'll do that.
Well, I was trying to scroll back through the chat and everything and kind of check some things out there, but I think that one, Phil nabbed them just as quick as they dropped in.
Barks is talking about saw something about someone going to a Walmart parking lot where the snow was pushed and got 2 gold rings and a bunch of clad. Hello, Becky Mackey. And about 3 years ago, I got out, looked down, and the snow was melting. I saw green. Went over and there was a wadded up $5 bill. Jill walked across, same pile, stopped, looked down, picked up a 14-karat real heavy earring with stones.
Huh.
She said, well, you got your $5 bill. I got gold, maybe real stones. It was a big one. I said, find the other one. Make the set. Come on.
Right?
Around.
Yeah.
Oh, Richard, I tried. It didn't go through. I'll bet I got something in your email wrong. Text that.
Uh-oh. You lost something you were supposed to get to him, huh?
Yeah. That was during the recent era of having all the IT problems. Things were not coming and going right, that kind of stuff. It's all straight now. Kudos to that little gal over there. She went through that like cleaned it all up. One of the two Best Buy experts who had messed with it and done a bunch of stuff. And her name tag said training on it.
So-called experts, I guess.
And I asked her, I said, "You're in training? How long you been here?" "Oh, about a month." "Oh," I said, "Cool." She said, "My husband got moved here. He has a real good job with contract military. He's at the Arsenal Island, and we have to move every couple years, and he makes a lot more money than me, but my last job, I think I'm going to miss that." I said, "What's that?" "Oh, I worked for Apple Computer out on the East Coast." "Oh, why do you know this?"
She wasn't making bad money either then.
I said, "You got your card yet?" "No, I've got to get 90 days in before I get all that stuff." I said, "Who's training who?" And those two guys were there. I said, "Who's training who here?" And they just kind of looked down and walked away. She went through that in a heartbeat, had everything fixed up. I didn't spend much more than a half hour. Yeah, Barb, thank you for that update.
Yeah, I just seen that.
I have to see the replay. Yes, I do have my flights already, Tim.
Pretty sure most everybody does, don't they?
Want to know the flight numbers we got out of O'Hare? Dennis.
Ask Dennis.
He can send you the numbers. He took the whole group with his gal, and we all went through it. I can't remember right now how many are flying, but you're coming second week, so that won't work. You'll have to figure out your own. Doggone it. You're coming second week. Yep. So we had a chance to get flights. Mine's more expensive because I got a bad day coming home, and they upped the price, and it wasn't Alaska Air, American, coming from the quads, from Chicago to the Quad Cities. So other than that, but look forward to having a chance to win some goodies here in the near future. So, we have Janet in the house. Hey, Janet. So keep an eye on the silver. I think you're going to see it. This is my prognostication, nobody else's, but from past years, I kind of looked it up in this back and forth. Ooh, San Francisco scored 2. Damn. Tie game.
Well, the fight's on.
Yes, sir, it's on. Gonna be interesting. I'll bet. I didn't hear my wife cussing up there. So she's probably not happy. But
right.
It's shown flat and some adjustments. Now, this is just a few years back because it's, slowly gotten into that range where we're always watching a little more. Yeah. 1456. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking there will be adjustment due to slow trading with the New Year's, and we had Christmas and that kind of stuff. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, there's some, fluctuation going on, correction, whatever, knee-jerk reflex to sales over the weekend and everything, but that's going to come back up and continue to climb. And Ed Olson had even mentioned earlier on in the chat that, this is not the end, it's just a fluctuation.
Right.
And he's right.
Yep.
I mean, it may dip down a little bit, but, like I said, I think it's possible, unless something really odd goes on, that the days of seeing silver for $30 an ounce are probably behind us.
Yep.
Right now, silver's at $78.98.
It hadn't fluctuated much since yesterday.
No.
And that's what it's going to be, is flat.
Yeah. The thing I found interesting with all of that, though, is even though things had been dropping and platinum has recovered nicely, it's only down $33 now. But even with all that was going on, it has not affected palladium. It's still climbing.
That's how you get your white gold.
Mm-hmm. And even gold itself has made a nice recovery since the market opened. It's only down 26 now.
Nah. And it used to be if it swung 26, that was a big deal.
Yeah, but anymore, that's nothing. That's chump change.
$50 a day swings.
Right.
Amazing.
Like I said, we figured it up last night, and we had seen platinum go up $365 within a week.
Right. Crazy. Well,
yeah.
Keep them detectors running, folks. Put silver and gold in your pocket.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing too. Like we were talking, there may be more of those silicon wedding rings floating around, but that's fine. Those won't set off a detector.
No. And one other thing, if anybody's interested in buying some Bering Sea gold from me, I have some for sale. I can sell from 1 gram up. I'll use that day's spot as your price, but I back figure it because it's not pure gold. It's 88%. So if it's $100, you pay $88 a gram. Okay. I don't know what the gram is now, 145. So take that.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure Dennis could throw it in the chat.
88%. If you want some gold you can mess with, these are flakes and fines and maybe a small picker or two. I can fix you up.
Dennis or Alan even could. I know he likes to crunch numbers.
Barb wants me to do the worst find of the year. I used to do that. A dumbass rubber ring at the volleyball court.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the way it goes right now. 145.27 a gram.
Yep.
Mark's got it in there.
Yes, he does.
So 88% of 145.27 would have been what you would have paid today.
Yep. So I got.
And tomorrow, who knows?
I'm going to get rid of, before I send it to a smelter, I've got it for sale to anybody at that price. 1 gram up.
Not bad.
Oh, Barb won a couple grams in the South Carolina hunt, I'm assuming, she says. Oh, hey, ORH, iron per ton. 125 per ton comes to, well, some millionth of a cent per gram.
Nice.
There you go.
Yep, 0.0000000003.
Okay, you're good at
You're good at crunching the numbers. Now, what about copper and brass? What's copper and brass going for by the pound?
Copper, brass, and lead. Actually, lead trades
Yeah. Yeah.
Lead and copper.
Because with the prices that we're seeing, with what gold and silver and platinum are doing,
Right.
copper and brass have no choice but to be drug along for the ride. So eventually we're going to see the price come up on those. Is it going to be anything astronomical? No, not necessarily, but who knows? We could potentially see 9, 10, 12 bucks a pound, which when you stop and think what it may be now, that is kind of astronomical, but the potential is there.
$5.87 a pound. RH got it.
Yep.
Mark says he's got a 200-pound bar of refined lead. Well, I hope it's happy where it's sitting, because that's something that you ain't going to move around much.
Right, yeah. Sounds like you've got a great doorstop.
$3.78 for brass.
$3.78 for brass.
I've got a field outside of Cordova in 1991. Tornado tore down through there, and it tore out buildings and that. And there was an old home site there. And I tried to detect it. I'll find one or two pieces of something once in a while, mercury, dime, whatever. But there is copper sheeting down inside in that field. And I've gotten pieces. I'll go over it, I'll pull it up, and I'll roll it. It was roofing, and it had copper gutters in the day. There's pieces of that. Well, I've gotten a few pounds out of that. And that was good copper. Got a real.
And Dennis says lead's 90 cents a pound.
There you go.
Barb says she could make a few bucks off cannonball parts and railroad spikes. I don't know, though. If it's just a few, you might be all right, but you might want to be careful about the railroad spikes.
The railroad spikes that they find in Nome, and the guys found them before, but some of them are brass, and they're narrow gauge spikes. They aren't the big. They're like this. Big deal in Nome. They polish them up, and they put like little sled dog team, and they'll pay you a fair amount of money for a nice brass one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
$30. Because I've seen them fixed up, and they want a $100 bill plus. So sometimes it's worth. Then there are those that RH.
There you go. I knew somebody would be able to get it in there. I was pretty sure that was the way it was still going. At least in our area, it is. Because there for a while, there was, kind of like what you'd see with copper theft. There were a number of people going through pulling railroad spikes. And there was a big deal over it.
Yep. And Tim, I remember when Tim found one of the little iron narrow gauge spikes. I've found, I don't know how many of them went out. The railroad bed runs along a claim up there, and I like hunting that because you'll find drop pieces, because that's what they did. They loaded up concentrates and hauled it down to be cleaned up. And but if you find the brass ones, they like them. You take them down, a couple of crafty shops down there, and they'll buy them right up.
Yep. Takes some work, but they clean up nice.
Yes.
Definitely.
Well,
and at 90 cents a pound, that's not bad for lead either.
No.
Aluminum's $1.33 a pound.
All your metals are going up.
Yeah.
Yep. And Richard, I will resend your email. I might have messed something up when I wrote it down. Resend it to me, private messenger, and forward all the notes on it to you. I've got it in a string, so
Yeah, it could be just something that simple.
Tim,
Let's
I'll
see.
tell you what, $1.33 for a pound of pull tabs cost you a fortune to get them. But Iowa gives a nickel on all the aluminum cans and some of the plastic bottles. Heaven forbid if I crumple up a can and throw it away. That was a nickel I just threw away. I've heard that 1,000 times.
Right?
Yep. It's a can. But
Yeah, that's around here. It's a pound for us, but still $1.33. That ain't bad.
No.
I mean, usually,
Pull dabs does it take to make a pound? And just think of all the beverages I got drank. RH wishes that the scrap prices would match the beef prices. I make bank. There you go.
yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Yeah, I have to look. They had
I doubt that'll happen, though.
where were we at? They had a standing rib roast sitting in the cooler. Walked over and I looked at it. I turned it over and saw the price tag, and I like to burnt my hand holding on to it. $96 for just a small one.
Practically threw it back on the shelf.
Yep. Yep.
Going, oh, get away from that.
Whoa. $32 for a 1 pound pack of ribeyes. I still got some left. I got a beef that we butchered last spring, and I've got some steaks left over out of him. I kept a quarter and sold off, but I got another one being raised.
Ah.
That's how I get my beef, right off the hoof.
Well, you can't get much fresher.
No.
Yeah. Bill says they're still on the shelf, too, at $32.
Yipper. Then along that beef thing, Trump was going to contact and do something with Argentinian beef to get that coming in the country. Of course, the beef farmers here were raising hell with him for going to do that because the price of beef needs to go down, he said. So, supply and demand, and that's true.
Yeah.
Whoa. Barb bought beef at Sam's. It smelled like ammonia, and they came from Australia.
Something ain't right there.
My nephew works for the FDA, and he inspects meats, fish, this kind of stuff. And they actually travel to the purchase points to check them out. And they've had him in England. They've had him down in Argentina and other places. And he was talking about Angus beef in a store. If that steer was 55% black in color, you can call it Angus. My Angus are 100%, and you can tell the difference. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
Kangaroo steaks, Barb. According to Randy.
I did see that. I did see that.
Yep. So, well, guys, I'm going to back out of here. I'm going to go catch the rest of the Bears game. Looking forward to talking with you a week from tonight and maybe giving some stuff away. I'll be talking with Josh on how we're going to do that. So, Kevin,
Okay.
we've had high wind here for about 2 hours now. And it's
Yeah, it blows.
Yep. Oh, still tied, Barb? Damn. Well, that negates the 2 first plays or the 2 first touchdowns. So I'll be up going watching the tie game, see who comes out on top.
Right. Yeah, I guess you can go and enjoy your nail-biting evening.
Oh, yeah. Trust me on that. But I've got to do play-by-play for her. She'll ask, well, who's that guy that got that ball? That's the quarterback throwing to the tight end. She says, I get all those guys mixed up. I just look at her and go, just watch the game then and see what happens.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. I get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, Ohio Rally Connor, you're on a roll.
Well, he's always on a roll.
Oh, the kangaroo meat's nutritious. It keeps you hopping for hours. Yep.
Yep. That sounds like something he'd say.
Yep. San Francisco's on the Bear 20. Oh, well. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, have a fine evening. I'm going to go check out and see if they score on them.
All right. We'll see you next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Some giveaways. I'll get that figured out this week. We'll be talking, Josh.
All right. We'll see you.
Barb, real quick, get 2 of them out and just stab the hell out of your San Francisco voodoo. Oh, all right. Later, all.
We'll see you, Chuck.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I guess he can show himself out. So I guess where did that go? Real quick as we're rolling out, we'll see here. It looks like platinum has almost came back up to where it was. It's only down $26 now, where it was down 150, $160. So it's back up to $2,438.50. Palladium's still up. Silver's setting at $78.51 an ounce. It's still down a little bit. Gold, $4,522.40. It's still down $28, it looks like, according to AppMax. So we've got that. Congratulations to our winners from the last giveaways. Bob received his the other day, I believe it was. Chuck was mentioning that to me before the show. Definitely very cool. Congrats to him. And obviously, as we were saying, because of the way the holidays fall, both last Wednesday and this coming Wednesday, there will be no show. So we will be back. We plan to be back Sunday. So we'll see what happens. For everyone else, if you enjoyed the show, make sure and throw us a like. You can follow us here, Beyond Sight and Sound on YouTube, Beyond Sight and Sound on Facebook, Metal Detecting, Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group. The wonderful podcast distribution services. Join us on one of them, all of them, or none of them. The choice is entirely up to you. And kudos to Phil. Good good looking out tonight. Way to get at it quick. We'll catch everyone on the next one. Have a wonderful evening, folks. We're out of here. We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.